Good morning and welcome to the channel on this Wednesday, the 13th of May 2026. With President Trump being in China, there is very little news coming out of peace progress. With Iran, there is very little happening. It's a stalemate in the Ukraine. So what I wanted to do this morning was give you an update on the Sudan, which is probably a bigger humanitarian disaster than both of those combined. So here's the most recent development. Drone warfare is now the leading cause of civilian deaths. Over 80% of civilian deaths in the first 4 months of 2026 were caused by armed drones, killing at least 880 people, according to the UN Human Rights Chief. Strikes all over, from South Kordofan, North Kordofan, the Blue Nile, White Nile and Khartoum, including a 4th of May attack in Khartoum International Airport that halted all flights. Escalation warnings. Well, the UN warns the conflict is on the cusp of entering an even deadlier phase, as both sides expand drone use and seek new territorial gains before the rainy season commences. The military situation on the ground. Well, the rapid support forces, their offensives have spread into new regions, including Gezira, Sennar, the White Nile and North Kordofan, expanding the war far beyond Khartoum and Darfur. The RSF continues to hold large parts of Darfur and has pushed into South Kordofan. The Sudanese armed forces, on the other hand, they've increased aerial bombardment, including drone and air systems acquired from Turkey and Iran, but these strikes have caused heavy civilian casualties. The SAF regained Khartoum in mid-2025 but remains locked in a military stalemate with RSF across western and central Sudan. Here's the part that always gets me, the humanitarian situation. Hunger and displacement. Sudan faces the world's largest hunger crisis, with over 33 million people needing urgent aid. Multiple regions report famine-level conditions cut off by RSF advances or SAF bombardment. The health system has collapsed, with 37% of health facilities are now out of service. Measles outbreaks in Darfur have killed dozens. Detentions and abuses. RSF is holding thousands, including women and children, in El Fasher. The UN fact-finding missions have identified hallmarks of genocide in RSF-controlled areas of Darfur. Diplomatic and regional dynamics, accusations of foreign involvement. Sudan has accused Ethiopia and the UAE of involvement in recent drone attacks. The US recently charged an Iranian national with trafficking arms to Sudan's Ministry of Defense. I'm not quite sure why the UAE is getting involved at all here, what they have to gain. Peace efforts. Well, all peace talks have failed as of early 2026. Both sides continue to receive foreign weapons, undermining mediation attempts. So the current status, front lines. RSF expanding in central and southern states, SAF holding Khartoum but overstretched. Civilian casualties, sharp rise due to the drone strikes, As we said, 80% of the deaths are due to this. The humanitarian crisis is worse globally. We've said 33 million plus in need of famine conditions emerging. Peace prospects, none. Talks collapse. International involvement, growing drone and arms flows from regional actors. As I've said at the beginning, this is the worst humanitarian crisis on the globe at the moment, and nobody is doing anything to stop it. In fact, certain players are feeding the arms that these two opposing sides need to continue the war. It saddens me greatly that nobody cares. Talk to you again tomorrow.